What's up, guys? It's Lost Gear. Back to another video. Today's video, we're just gonna be, I'm live streaming right now, and I'm gonna be doing a quick guide on Gizmo. I feel like it's very important to sum up what I've learned in my past 4.5 hours or so of playing this character, what I think about his power, if I think he's like gonna be the next best assassin, and also how to play him in general. So overall, Stripe doesn't have very many true combos, but one of his best strengths is keeping people in the air. He has a targeting mechanic where whenever you hit somebody with most of any of his melee attacks, they have this little target on them, which basically means that whenever you shoot them with your neutral special, you can just keep them in the air. So the best way to play this character is to get people in the air and keep them that way by just using your gun and just consistently keeping them in the air that way. And it really overall helps your ability to keep pressure on people. So I'm gonna be showing you guys a little bit of what you can really do with this character to make him like insane, and how you should be playing neutral. Okay, so the most notable moves to use during neutral is definitely his buzzsaw, one of his best moves. You also, imagine not being here, you also want to use his gun a lot whenever you hit people. Just use his gun once and it just nice little 3% chip damage to use. As you can see, I can just consistently approach, and then as I'm disengaging, I can gun to keep them off me, or I can use gun to keep them in the air and continue approaching. Basically, with like this character, what you want to do is you want to just play neutral by just using your buzzsaw, and then whenever you do get melee attacks off, you want to go for a gun to keep them in the air. So again, I can just keep them in the air and continue stringing together forward airs, down airs. This is like obviously he's not able to do anything because he's a bot, but like this is realistically what your neutral should kind of look like whenever you get a combo started. Like you should realistically be keeping him in the air by using gun. And another important thing to know is that nobody's really developed some crazy combos on him yet, but I do know one you can start with, and it usually involves down air, forward air, gun, and then just keeping them in the air. And it's more of a string than it is a combo, but down air is definitely a great starter for most all your moves. You just gotta, it's like this certain rhythm you have to have with them. And one thing I've seen a lot of people do that I actually started with until I reached like level 9, I did this, where, whenever you have all 3 ammo, you just shoot and just give up all your ammo. You shoot 3 times because you do have 3 bullets, right? And that's not how you're supposed to play the character. I realized, because someone in my chat basically told me that you're supposed to use 1 bullet to just keep them in the air and suspend them and use it as a way to keep them in hit stun. Very similar to how Gizmo Arrow like kind of operates. You kind of want to use it the exact same way. Whenever you're out of gun, you can also use your buzzsaw to do the exact same thing, and you can basically ladder combo if you know how to do this well enough, and just follow up out of it. Okay, so once you get people in the air with your moves, to get people in the air with your moves, the best moves and approach options in this game right now for Stripe definitely consist of, pulling out his dynamite's a great way to start approaching, and then you want a forward air. Usually you want to approach with a forward air, and whenever your forward air is stale, usually you want to use jab to approach, and then you can use that jab and then use your gun. I don't know why it didn't come out. Let's say I cancel out of it, or whatever, or end the jab, and then I can just gun out of it, right? Bunch of streaming to make an important phone call, real. So basically that's how you want to play Stripe. In terms of perks on this character, I'm starting to realize that you don't really need his signature perk too much, but if I had to predict the best perk, I'm imagining Stripe's best perk in teams would be he's the leader, and his best perk solo would either be Feeding After Midnight or Boom Boom Bounce. I'm currently not sure, but I actually really want to test a lot more with Feeding After Midnight. I think it'll be an insane perk and a hard counter to a lot of matchups. Like for example, against Batman, for example. Can you battering me again, please? Oh, wait a second. Okay, so I have 1 times weaken, right? I go up to him, I up special, and it gives him it transfers the weaken, and also if he's running ice to beat you, it gives that to him too. So if you get hit by a battering on the way back, wait, does he have bounce ring on? He does. I can literally just up special, there you go, you have it now. And it's not even like it's a hard move to hit, it's actually not bad on the ground. So I think this move is going to be crazy against certain matchups. Definitely matchup dependent, so definitely check out this perk, it's worth using. In terms of other perks, I really like, I'm not really a big fan of collateral damage on this character, but I recommend you could use Ice to beat you. You could use That's Flammable Dock, or one of those perks that makes you basically get like more benefits out of projectiles. So highly recommend either using one of these. I think ICBE might be a little bit better because it slows down your opponent and you can chase him down a little bit better. Another thing I like to use is Aerial Acrobat, or another aerial based speed perk. I personally think Aerial Acrobat or Speed Force Assist might be your best bet. And also, if you're more of a safe player, you could also use Tasmanian Trigonometry to make you live a few percent longer. But I personally prefer the speed. It helps you have a lot more momentum. And finally, I'm noticing triple jump is insane, considering the fact that you can literally just, you know, keep chasing people in the air after hits. I mean, it's like the same deal with most assassins. I feel like since you chase people down so hard and have good, such like quick frame data, it's so important to have triple jump because you can just use it as a way to just continue your combos. And again, I think this is good in twos as well because it can benefit your teammates. So I think it's currently one of the best setups for Gizmo is to run this depending on the matchup. Like for example, if you're playing with a Superman who loves Ice Breath, you can always just use this because I mean he's a big target. Or a Batman who's really good at aiming their batarang. This is a great perk. But if not, no real debuffs, you can just use this. I guess it doesn't really give you much benefit, but it can be sometimes kind of helpful to do some extra damage. Another good kill confirm a lot of people have been practicing and I've been told about is these two. So I'm just gonna put on Jake, why not? We're gonna put him to 120. Alright, 125, that works. So one of the best ways to kill confirm on this character is out of down air. So down air into gun kills most characters. Okay, let me turn off cooldowns.
Back and ready to hit.
So consistently on Final Destination on Jake, who's like I believe 50 something weight, you can down air and then cooldowns. Oops. You can down air and then consistently get kills out of it. You can kind of do the same thing with forward air, but at much later percents. So obviously, you know, I wouldn't kill nearly as early, but you can do kind of the same thing. Also, a lot of people have been telling me about skateboard into gun, but for some reason I can't get the second skateboard to connect. But people have also said that skateboard and gun is also really, really strong. Also, one move I was sleeping on at the beginning 100% is definitely his side special in the air. It's not too bad. It's very predictable. There's a lot of startup on it, but honestly, the hitbox can be very janky and catch people off guard, so it's a good mix-up tool. Another good tool for whenever you're ladder comboing people, like for example, if I'm, you know, I land a forward air and they're up in the air, you can gun, continue it with up special. Up special is a great way to continue combos in the air because even though it does have a small hitbox, it's just overall good at like kind of extending and giving you more mobility, kind of like Fin Lunge, but a little bit weaker, if that makes sense. So that's a lot of the main tools that I use. Maybe some other tools. I've heard a lot of people say this is a really good tool to get out of people's you know, like move your hurt box. You can kind of just dodge straight to the left and it's a good like movement tool. So I recommend trying that out. It also kind of does a lot of knockback, so you can, you know, do that. But I'm not really sure if that's like an optimal thing to do. Just some other tips maybe. I genuinely think that you can make this character really strong, but you have to be aware of the fact that he's extremely light and you can't be super like, if you're gonna be super aggro, you gotta really know what you're doing. You can't just chase after people like mindlessly and just expect for it to work. You have to be really smart with how you approach people. Because again, I don't think he's in the spot to be considered one of the best assassins. I think he's definitely got a lot to I still think he's only like mid tier. So he's no like, you know, he's no Finn or anything like that, but he's still really good. And then one final thing I definitely want to mention is I want to show you guys how insane his buzzsaw can be, because not a lot of people are talking about how like insane this move is. Wait, wrong move. Look at that, bro. Literally just covers the stage. Okay, wait. How do I get this? Okay, there we go. So if you throw the buzzsaw at one of these platforms, and I think it does the same thing on Sky Arena platforms as well, you can literally just control the stage. Just control a platform for free. It's weird that it's not working, but you know what I mean. Basically, sometimes you want to try to get your buzzsaw on the platform that your opponent is the closest to, because it ends up getting you a lot more control over the stage and makes like the buzzsaw even better than it already is. And just some things to be aware of as a final little note for this video. So last thing to keep track of is the fact that whenever you're in the air, you can only use one buzzsaw. You can't use it twice. I don't know if this is intentional, but you can't use it twice. But you can gun more than once in the air. But again, it is a special, so keep that in mind. And overall, I think that should be most things. I might be a little bit wrong on, and I might be missing a few things, but this is just a day one guide to get you started. Definitely some tips you can watch and figure out about that would, I think, overall would help people improve a lot. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.